It's the great week of the golfing calendar with the first of 4 majors this year, and the big fan of the Masters at Augusta National, where defending champion Scotty Scheffler, the world number one, is the 7-1 joint favourite to go back-to-back on this year's renewal. Very, very tight leaderboard. If you look at the head of the betting, Scheffler is a 7-1 joint favourite with Rory McIlroy. I think McIlroy's making his 15th appearance in the Masters, bidding for to finally complete the career Grand Slam. McIlroy hasn't won a major since 2014, when he won, I think, both the Open and the PGA Championship. But slightly out of sorts this year. He's disappointed at the Players Championship, disappointed at Bay Hill, where he's got a good record in the Arnold Palmer. And Scheffler, hot off winning the Players Championship last month at TPC Sawgrass, very well respected. He's a shorts 5-1 with Bet Victor. Betfred, and 11-2 with a few other firms. They're playing less places, but Scotty Scheffler more or less 7-1 across the board. Very, very strong claims. He's big hitting off the tee. He's great with his putter. He manages to find unbelievable scrambling to get him out of jail sometimes. But I just think he's short enough for a man who just has one major to his name. Scheffler 7-1 wouldn't be for me. Likewise, McIlroy. I think it was 2010 when Charles Schwartzler won, when he blew a 5-shot lead heading into the final round. I think he shot something like 79, and he called it the worst day of his golfing career to that point. He did bounce back from that, but there's something lingering there with McIlroy at Augusta. He just wouldn't be for me at the prices. Next in the betting, you've got Jon Rahm. Jon Rahm was the former world number one, 2-time major winner, already winning the US Open and the PGA. Rahm's been out of sorts this year. He missed the cut when last sighted. He's not been as focused as he once was. I think the birth of his second child has slightly derailed him somewhat. And Rahm, yeah, he's slightly short enough for the bet at 9-1. Fourth favourite for me, Jordan Spieth, got a brilliant chance this year. Spieth, as soon as he said he drives up into Augusta, and you can smell the azaleas, and it's Jordan Spieth country. He should have won in 2015 when Bubba Watson, should have won in 2014, sorry, when Bubba Watson won. He was a 21-year-old, 22-year-old kid in the final round. Thinking, how's he here with a 2-shot lead? He then blitzed the field the year after, setting a course record on the way. Spieth should have won back in 2016 when Danny Willett won his maiden green jacket. And be very surprised Danny Willett wins another one. He's 125-1, but Spieth, brilliant record of the Masters. Again, when Patrick Reed won 3 years ago, Spieth trying to close in 63. He loves a late day Sunday charge. Augusta National. Spieth for me 16-1. He's the headline selection this year. He's played really well so far this season. Probably should have won 3 weeks ago. And the Valspar went in the drink at 18, almost got up and down, but ended up making a bogey to lose by 1. And Jordan Spieth has slowly but surely played himself into a bit of form this year. His putter is still as tremendous as ever. He is slightly erratic off the tee, and his strokes gained stats should be interesting by the end of the week. If he's had a good strokes gains week and he's had a good putting week, there's a very good chance he's won a second green jacket, and he wouldn't be surprised if he wins a few more thereafter. If you look at his compatriots, his Ryder Cup colleague and best friend Justin Thomas is 20-1. He's another one that his putting was have really struggled with this year. He wouldn't be for me the prices. Likewise, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Tony Finau, all should be on the Ryder Cup team in Italy come September, but slightly flattered to deceive. The interesting story from this year's Masters is the inclusion of live golfers. So that brings Cameron Smith under the spotlight. He was scrutinised heavily in press conference of the week. Cameron Smith went into the final round just 1 shot behind Scheffler 12 months ago. He ended up shooting I think he shot final round 72, 73. He was over par. He's really disappointed. He's 1 over. He ended up finishing 5 under, having it looked like he was going to challenge Scheffler. He made amends in the Open at St Andrews, so he has the pedigree. But Cameron Smith, very friendless so far this week, 25-1. Brooks Koepka, the fellow live golfer, is the one to attract all the money thus far. He's into 33s and 40s, having been double that price just 2 weeks ago. Brooks won the live golf tournament down in Orlando, Florida, to make it 2 wins in the last 6 weeks for the American. And yeah, him alongside likewise big hit Dustin Johnson, a winner here back in 2019, and other live golfers such as looking down the leader, Joaquin Neiman, Abraham Hanser, Patrick Reed, they're all with nibbles of form. Patrick Reed, again, a former winner himself. Louis Oosthuizen, a former Masters winner. It would be an interesting narrative for the in the old clubhouse there at Augusta National should one of the live golfers win, given the fact they're still embroiled in a lawsuit with the PGA Tour. The European contingent, it's been a while since we've had a European winner of the Masters. I want to say Sergio Garcia in 2017. I do fancy the chance of the likes of Matt Fitzpatrick, who won his first major championship at the US Open last year, when, again, phenomenal shot, second out the bunker at 18 there. To win last August. He's got a good chance. He's 40-1. Likewise, Shane Lowry's attracted a bit of support. So Shane Lowry always attracts support. I think the Irish always get behind their man. Of those contingent of a Justin Rose or a Tommy Fleetwood, again, Rose should have beat Garcia in 2017. He's a big price at 55-1. But I do think Tyrrell Hatton at 55s. He missed the cut at the Honda last week. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because people who played the week before generally have a poor record when it comes to the Masters. But Hatton played really well at Players Championship, played really well at Bay Hill. Again, final round 63 to finish second on his own. That was a brilliant performance by itself. And yeah, having the weekend off and just an extra couple of days to prepare. He's a bit fiery, Tyrrell Hatton, but he's brilliant with his irons, and providing he get his putt to go in, he should be 55-1. It's a very, very very price for an Englishman. Again, we're hoping we'll see a couple more Englishmen break their duck when it comes to major championships this year. Those are even bigger prices. Kurt Kitayama is a man close to my heart. He was a winning selection for me at Bay Hill about 4 or 5 weeks ago, when finding a miraculous birdie at 17 and then getting up and down at 18 to win by 1 on a leaderboard with the likes of McIlroy and Schauffele and a who's who on the PGA Tour. But Kurt Kitayama, he went to toe-to-toe with John Rahm last year. Didn't disappoint. Again, the PGA Tour narrative was he's a bottler, but he'd gone close to a few tournaments beforehand. 3-time winner on the DP World Tour, then the European Tour. And yeah, he hits it a mile. He's got a type of imagination you need from a shot maker around Augusta. And Kurt Kitayama, 125-1 and 8 places around. I think he's a little bit too big. But for me, it's Jordan's world. We're all just living in it. He is the golden child. Spieth, for me, 16-1 to win a second green jacket. That's the bet this week. Whatever you punted on, remember to please gamble responsibly, and even better, hopefully, be lucky. Cheers, guys.